Price for that. Yeah, it's $3. Looks like I'm going to
insurance. I think that's money.
I am the voice of Light Industry 2000's microprocessor.
One of these things ladder price
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why This is why I'm hot. 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 I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. I don't gotta rap. I could sell a mill saying nothing on the track. I represent New York. I got it on my back. Niggas say that we lost it, so I'ma bring it back. I love the dirty, cause niggas show me love. The ladies start to bounce as soon as I hit the club. But in the Midwest, they love to take it slow. So when I hit the H, I watch them get it on the floor. And if you need it hypey, I take it to the Bay. Bristol to Sac Town, they do it every day. Compton to Hollywood, as soon as I hit LA. I'm in that low, I do it the Cali way. And when I hit the shot, people say that I'm fly. They love the way I dress, they like work the tie. They love how I move crowds from side to side. They ask me how I do it, instantly I reply. This is why I'm hot. 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 I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. Catch me on the block. Every other day, another push, another drop. 16 bars, 24 pop, 44 songs. Nigga, give me what you got. I'm in the driving cars, crush up off the lot. I'm in the shutting stars down just so I can shop. If you need a bird, I could get it chopped. Tell me what you need, you know I get them by the flock. I call my homie Black, meet me on the Ave. I hit Wash Heights with the money in the bag. We in the big spin and see my pimpin' never drag. Find me with different women that you niggas never had. For those who say they know me, know I'm focused on my cream. Player, you come between, you better focus on the beam. I keep it so mean, the way you see me lean. And when I say I'm hot, my nigga, this is what I mean. This is why I'm hot. 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 I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. Shorty see the drop. Ask me what I paid and I say yeah, I paid a guap. And then I hit the switch that take away the top. So chicks around the way, they call me cream of the crop. They hop in the car, I tell them all aboard. We hit the studio, they say they like how I record. I gave them Black Train, and I did you wrong. So every time I see them, man, they tell me that's their song. They say I'm the bomb, they love the way the charm hanging from the neck and compliments the arm, which compliments the ear. Then comes the gear. So when I hit the room, the shorty stop and stare. Niggas start to hate, rearrange they face. But little do they know I keep them things by waist. Side eye reply, nobody got to die. Similar to Louise, cause I got the vibe. This is why I'm hot. 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 I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot cause I'm fly. You ain't cause you not. This is why I'm hot.
Okay. Oh, I'm on this screen. I'm so confused. I'm gonna watch another video. Wait. I don't know what it's from.
We don't really identify mental health as the energy that it deserves. And I think I can.
Top seat table is ready. Pay off the drug deals you made with God. A last meal, then your crucifixion. If you're not paranoid, it's probably too late. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. I won't accept your surrender. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. I won't accept your surrender. It's time to beat up the bullies and watch the bulls out. Well, let's fight at your white one soaked in dogs already know your face. I pretend in a room full of fakes. Something made up already, it's to praise. Losers love liars till the dying day. Losers love liars till the dying day. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. I won't accept your surrender. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. I won't accept your surrender. It's time to beat up the bullies and watch the balls out of my back. Well, let's flag at your white one something more. Well, let's flag at your white one something more. On the wrong side of the future, your loyalty lies on the wrong side of the future. Hurry, 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 hurry.
I want to listen to that again and again and again and again. But I'm gonna stream. So fucking awesome. Oh my god. I love it. I'm gonna review that on Sunday, the whole album. It's so awesome.
If you've been hurt in an accident,
Thank you. Oh. Okay. Hi, I look like really bad because I just woke up not that long ago, but today we are streaming some photos. I'm like altering some photos I took at Cave Creek Park, which is in Phoenix, Arizona. It's located between Cactus. It like starts actually, the southern end of it starts at like Cholla, and I want to say 19th Avenue or something, between 19th and 27th Avenue and Cholla, and goes up to like Greenway. So these are some pictures I took at that park, and I just printed them out in black and white. And this picture was interesting because this little, like, that wasn't there. I'll show the actual picture later, but I'm gonna add some little art effects to these. So there's just 3 of them, and then I'll be framing them, and I'll post pictures and stuff. But anyway, in addition to that, I'm going to be looking over some stuff at my website and talking about a story that I've been covering that's kind of interesting and kind of macabre, honestly. But anyway, before I get into that, I wanted to actually show another video too. Where is it? Hang on. Let me find it. I gotta search for it again. Oh, okay. Here's a video, a few videos about it right now.
That mortuary is co-owned by the Pueblo County coroner, Brian Cotter, and his brother, Chris Cotter. The CBI executed search warrants at their homes in Pueblo this morning. We saw police and SWAT questioning Brian Cotter and searching his home. This is the first time we have seen Cotter since the investigation started. That home is on Weatherby Lane in Pueblo, south of Eagle Ridge Boulevard and west of I-25. Investigators were also serving a search warrant at Chris Cotter's home on Lincoln Street near Abriendo Avenue. So far, no arrests have been made. Our Allison Zimmerman was there as police went in and out of the coroner's home today. She walks us through what happened.
Business as usual in Pueblo County Coroner Brian Cotter's neighborhood this afternoon. But this morning,
it is a surprise.
A lot of activity as law enforcement went in and out of his home on the city's north side. At one point, we saw CBI police taking items out of his home.
I'm still a little bit surprised as to what happened, but I do feel for the families.
Luis Reyes has lived in the neighborhood for a dozen years and says he knew Cotter.
And he would wave at me, real friendly, and I didn't think much about it. I knew he was a coroner, but I didn't know that he was living here.
Reyes is still making sense of what's been reported in the last week. The coroner and his brother's business under investigation after inspectors found more than 20 bodies decomposing inside.
For him to do something like that is unbelievable. And I just feel that what he did was unethical. And I feel that he needs to pay for what he did.
We've been working to get a hold of the coroner for days. After the search, Coroner Cotter, it's Allison with News 5. We tried again. He did not answer the door or my call. We still have a lot of questions for the coroner. Why were bodies inside of his mortuary for so long? What message does he have to the families that may be impacted? And how does this happen? These are all questions we'd like to get some answers to. In Pueblo, Allison Zimmerman, News 5.
Allison.
Like, what the fuck was that?
And thank you. An effort to recall Brian Cotter from his role as Pueblo County coroner is now officially underway. The clerk and recorder's office says it's a long process that started today when the office received a notice of intent to circulate a recall petition. The soonest petitioners could start collecting signatures would be in 60 days. Once the signatures are submitted, the clerk and recorder will have 28 days to verify they are indeed valid. If enough valid signatures are collected, a recall election would be scheduled. Unless he resigns, the only other way to get him out of the office is to have a recall election. We were back out at Davis Mortuary.
So I'm going to go back to that in a sec, but let me show you where I've covered it here, if I can. Wait, there we go. God, my hair looks like shit. I actually did it in, no, it was yesterday. Or day before yesterday, I mean. This. And so on the 26th, which was Tuesday. So 24 decomposed bodies have been recovered. But before that, when I first covered it as headline news, coroner accused of hiding bodies. We find their website and I can share that actually. But if you wanted to like go to my website, this is where you can find it. It's in the headline news area under just click on Colorado. And the first one that pops up is the latest about this Davis Mortuary. It's a funeral home in Colorado accused of mishandling corpses. This is the first time I covered it was on August 21st, which was last Thursday, 1 week ago. So this was the original story. I don't know if it's even showing it anymore. It's not showing my actual stage. I don't know, my internet might be bad. Let me try again. Oh, I know why. Because I'm on a different page. Okay, anyways, I'm back to that page. Duh, sorry. Okay, so go to autumnleesnews.com. Click on news. Go to Colorado. And this is what I'm talking about here, is Davis Mortuary. So the original story is coroner accused of hiding bodies. So what happened was an annual inspection of Davis Mortuary in Pueblo County, Colorado, resulted in the discovery of excessive stored cadavers. The appointed designee for the funeral home, Brian Cotter, told inspectors that the bodies were awaiting cremation and admitted that some bodies had been in the room for approximately 15 years. And I have no idea how to say this person's last name. Lee Resizer, forgive me if that's wrong, public information officer for the Department of Regulatory Agencies, said in a statement to the press. The statement also included that Cotter admitted to issuing next of kin fake cremains. So basically, you take your grandma in to be cremated, and they're giving you like some dude's ashes from Chicago or something, and you have no idea who it is. And you're putting this person wherever grandma wanted to go. I mean, there was an actual there was a documentary about something like this on HBO. I can't remember the name of that funeral home or the documentary, but this has happened before.
Breaking news out of Pueblo right now, where a funeral home is suspended after state inspectors found decomposing bodies. The Office of Funeral and Mortuary Science Services with the state says several bodies in various stages of decomposition were found yesterday at Davis Mortuary. The appointed designee for the funeral home told inspectors some of the bodies were awaiting cremation and were in there for about 15 years. He also admits he may have used next of kin fake cremains. Pueblo police currently investigating.
So, yeah. Several bodies were located behind a barricaded door at a mortuary operated by the coroner, according to Pueblo County officials. Davis Mortuary's website states it is here to serve when you need us most, indicating it has been locally owned and operated since 1905, over 100 years, and a criminal investigation is being conducted by the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. So, I want to find their website. Like, your grandma just died, you know, and you're calling Davis Mortuary. This is insane. Like, did all these people even get buried? All these people. Look at them. This is scary. And this is not the first time it's happened. I watched a documentary on HBO. God, I wish I could remember the name of the documentary or the mortuary. But it's not the first time. And the coroner, the person who ran the mortuary, I don't know. He didn't care. He's just like, they're dead. They don't give a shit. You know, he didn't care at all. You pay money for this, and it's your loved one. And they could be like in some mortuary, you know, for 15 years, their body just rotting away. And why? Why did he have bodies in there anyway? What was he doing with them? So I'm going to start with this picture. I'm going to be painting stuff on it, like, and then I'm going to frame them. But like, while I'm doing that, I'm going to like show more videos about this because I just find this so disturbing, especially since it's happened. Like, this isn't the first time it's happened. Wrap your head around the actual event that just took place there at Davis Mortuary. And once you've done that, wrap your head around the fact that it's not the first time it's happened. What the fuck? Like, what is that? What is going on where you can't even take your loved ones to a mortuary and like ensure that you're even getting their remains back, or that they're even being buried? Like, what I'm curious about is the bodies that were there for 15 years, were those just like closed casket funerals? Were those people that wanted to be cremated but maybe just didn't make it into the incinerator? Why were they there for 15 years just decomposing? That's pretty gross. Like, that's unbelievably gross. Hold on, let me find something else to. I need a video. Here we go. All right. Let's finish this up.
Today, as investigators wrapped up a portion of their investigation today, investigators packed up and left early this afternoon. This is, though, what the scene looked like last week. Much more law enforcement activity there. Today, the CBI also said investigators found multiple containers of bones and several containers of likely, quote, human tissue representing an unknown number of people. That was released today. Those remains have been taken to the El Paso County Coroner's Office to be identified.
Atera is the IT painkiller. Remote monitoring and management, remote access, help desk and ticketing. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sam Delp, spelled S-A-M, D as in David, E-L-P as in Paul. I'm the Division Director for the Division of Professions and Occupations at the Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies. I want to begin by offering my sincere condolences to the loved ones of those affected by the discovery yesterday at Davis Mortuary. On Wednesday, August 20th, 2025, inspectors from the Office of Funeral and Mortuary Science Services within my division conducted an annual inspection of Davis Mortuary. This inspection was conducted per the division's increased inspection authority and new requirement to conduct routine periodic inspections that was passed in House Bill 24-1335 in the last legislative session. This was the first annual inspection of this facility. As a result of the inspection, the division issued a summary suspension to Davis Mortuary. Because of this suspension, the facility cannot legally operate in Colorado. The suspension order is posted on the division's website for the public to see. The suspension order is based on reasonable suspicion that Davis Mortuary has violated the Colorado Mortuary Science Code by 1, engaging in willfully dishonest conduct, or committing negligence in the practice of embalming, funeral directing, or providing for final disposition that defrauds or causes injury or is likely to defraud or cause injury. 2, failing to embalm, refrigerate, cremate, bury, or entomb human remains within 24 hours after taking custody of those remains. And 3, taking custody of more human remains than the funeral establishment has capacity to refrigerate, unless the funeral establishment maintains custody of those remains for less than 24 hours. After making these discoveries, the division contacted the Pueblo Police Department, Pueblo County Sheriff, and the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and is fully cooperating with the investigation. We are grateful to all partners working on this investigation and for their quick response. For clarity, funeral home and crematory businesses are required to be registered in Colorado and are subject to inspection. Individuals working within the funeral industry are not currently required to hold a license. This requirement will begin in January of 2027 legislation. Senate Bill 24-173 to be specific. While individuals are able to voluntarily apply for licensure at this time, no one from Davis Mortuary had done so, and no one from Davis Mortuary held an individual license to practice. We're grateful for the Colorado General Assembly for passing the increased inspection authority that allowed us to complete this inspection and detect this issue. While this discovery is tragic, it shows that the new legislative effort is working. We will continue to support the efforts to locate problems within this industry and those others that we regulate. I want to reiterate our support for loved ones impacted by these events, and through the investigation, I'm hopeful that we can provide some information to them over time. And I'll turn it over to Director Salvate from CBI.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for your partnership and help with this. My name is Armando Salvate III. It is spelled A-R-M-A-N-D-O. Last name is S-A-L-D-A-T-E. I am the CBI Director. Thank you for all being here today. I'm here to speak about a deeply disturbing and tragic situation involving the Davis Mortuary here in Pueblo. This is a day no one wants to see. We have received credible information that Davis Mortuary has been improperly storing human remains for years. This is a profound violation of trust and a heartbreaking betrayal of the families who entrusted their loved ones to this funeral home. I want to express my deepest and most sincere condolences to the families and loved ones of the deceased, whose remains have been so terribly disrespected. We know you are grieving, and this news only compounds your pain. We are committed to getting you the answers you deserve. I can confirm that the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, in partnership with our local law enforcement partners here in Pueblo, our county law enforcement partners, have launched a full-scale investigation into Davis Mortuary. In fact, We were first notified of this incident. I received notification from Executive Director Adora, Patty Salazar, and Division Director Sam Delmar yesterday afternoon. As soon as we received that notification, received that preliminary information, me and my Deputy Director, Dan Bowles, and contacted our team down here in Pueblo. And those of you may know, we have quite a good footprint of investigators here in Pueblo that do exceptional work. These were some of the same investigators that were involved in the return to nature funeral home case that you are likely familiar with. As we speak, those investigators are on the premises executing a search warrants to collect evidence and document the full scope of this tragedy. They are assisted, thankfully, by hazmat operators from the Colorado State Patrol. I'd like to thank Colonel Matt Packard. He immediately answered our call to assist. As you can only imagine, the situation of decomposing bodies in various states. We're getting an assessment in this entry with our investigators and hazmat operators to really see what does that entry look like and how do we process this scene. We know that you want answers and you want them now. I understand that urgency completely. However, this is a complex and painstaking process. We are at the very beginning of a thorough, methodical investigation. Our top priorities are to respectfully and humanely process the scene, identify all the deceased, and notify their families and loved ones. This will take some time, unfortunately. The good news, as I said, is we have some experience in this. The same investigators we have at the scene, some of the experts that worked on the Return to Nature funeral home are here in this room and have been assisting us since we first received the news from the inspection results of yesterday. We have the necessary experience to handle this type of investigation and the sensitivity and thoroughness it requires. We have a team of highly trained professionals, including forensic experts, who will be working tirelessly to bring this investigation to a just and complete conclusion. We're informed from the experience that we learn and the experiences we learn and lessons learned during the Return to Nature funeral home case. We're using those lessons learned in some of those methods, and we're exploring all our options to make sure we have the necessary resources to bring justice and resolution to this case and answers to victims' families. I'd like to mention that the Colorado Department of Public Safety, Executive Director Stan Hilke, the Governor's Office, Governor Polis, the DORA, everyone back in Denver, they are offering their full support in giving us the necessary resources to address this. Today, Pueblo Sheriff enacting their Emergency Operations Center to bring us all together and to start organizing our efforts have really been helpful. And we're looking to explore further options there to bring every resource to bear to try to get results quickly. Please know that we'll be working as quickly as we can while ensuring we do not compromise the integrity of the investigation. We'll provide updates as soon as we have information that we can responsibly share. I'd also like to mention the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They helped in the Return to Nature case. They were a significant partner. As we assess the scene, I've spoken to the Special Agent in Charge, Mark McLeck of the Denver office. They've offered all the resources and have already been meeting with our investigators. In fact, their lead investigator, their special agent that helped in the Return to Nature case, was also at our briefings. I want to share a TIPS phone number and email to anyone who may have information about this case. This is especially for victims and loved ones, and I know you've been calling, and you've been calling to find answers. Hopefully the number that you'll see on the screen behind me is 719-257-3359. Again, 719-257-3359, or alternatively an email, cbitips@state.co.us. Again, cbitips@state.co.us. If you or your loved ones have been utilized this funeral home, if you're wondering about your remains and how that was processed, that would be the number to call. We have victims assistants, victim specialists that are staffing those lines that will be working with our investigators. Please allow for some time. Right now, our priority is on the scene, trying to get some answers, trying to start the body identification. But we will be working closely with that. And we've been offered assistance here from a couple of county officials, the sheriff's office, the police department, as well as our own victim assistance program at CBI. So I will now pass it on, Rob. Sheriff Lucero, thank you.
Thank you, Director. Good afternoon, David Lucero, the Pueblo County Sheriff. First and foremost, I wanted to share, this is rocking our community. There's many lives that are affected here, and certainly our thoughts go out and our prayers go out to those that are going to be affected as we continue to process this and it continues to unfold. The Pueblo County Sheriff's Office, the Pueblo Police Department, will be a support role in this investigation. The CBI, as the lead, as the Director mentioned. But I have been in contact with the Mayor's office as well as the Board of County Commissioners and receive full support to support the efforts that CBI will need as this continues to the days, the months, the timeline that it will take for proper identification and proper processing. And I want to thank our partners that are here in this room. Thank the media for being here and covering this story for us. And again, I just encourage that tip line that's displayed behind me. If people have information or want to reach out, that would be the best way to get a hold of us. So I'll turn it over to District Attorney Caleb Ovey to speak about her office.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Caleb Ovey, and I'm Pueblo County's District Attorney. I want to take a moment to assure the community that we are taking this matter with the seriousness that it deserves. We understand the importance of the trust within the system and that it is earned through action and accountability. This will undoubtedly be an emotional journey for families affected, and our hearts go out to them. We will work to ensure that they have guidance and are treated with fairness, respect, and dignity throughout this process. This investigation will be conducted collaboratively, thoroughly, and professionally. And as you can see, we have multiple agencies with CBI taking the lead, all working through this investigation. Similar to what they've said, this process will not be rushed. It's going to be long, it's going to be tedious, and it's going to be thorough. So I ask for your patience as we move forward, as difficult as that's going to be. No formal charges have been filed at this time. This is an active investigation that's in its early stages, and charges will be reviewed by my office once the investigation is completed. Until then, we will keep you informed as appropriate while maintaining the integrity of the investigation. Similar to what Mr. El Saldate said, where there's going to be a lot of things that we can't answer for you because it's an open investigation and we don't want to give out information when it's not proper to. So please utilize that tip line, and we hope to be able to help the victims as quickly as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, District Attorney Beauvais. Media, if you want to raise your hands, we've got about 5 minutes for questions, and I'll try to determine who might be best situated.
So obviously we have the phone number and the email for victims reaching out. We know from the Journal report that some of these remains were there for the last 15 years. Is there a message for the community, people who maybe use things mortuary? Should they just assume that they were within that 15-year timeline that they could be impacted? Or can you give us an idea? Are we talking dozens of bodies, hundreds? What is the scope of this?
Sam, I think you can address the scope and if you were told how far back this may go. Can you address real quickly? Sure.
Thank you. So yes, when we made contact with the folks in the funeral home, they made statements that indicated that they believed that the bodies ranged around 20 or so. The investigators did not make entry into the room where the bodies were specifically stored. They were able to see them from the doorway. In order to really assess how many were in the room, they would have had to have started moving them around, which is not what we wanted them to be doing. The statements that were made to our inspectors at the time was that they believed the bodies could be as old as 15 years. So those were based on statements, not on anything that's been investigated.
And you had mentioned that this inspection was done as a result of this change in state law. When was the last inspection before this annual inspection?
So there was no requirement for inspections prior to last year. The division obtained the authority in statute to do inspections in 2022. But those inspections originally were only based upon complaints received, and this facility has not received any complaints. So the legislation that was passed last year provided my office, me specifically, the authority to conduct routine inspections. And I've established a rule that those inspections will take place at least once per year. And this was the first inspection that we've done at this facility.
And I just want to clarify something that was in the DORA report. It said that the license for Davis Crematorium had expired in 2024. Is DORA aware of them conducting crematory services in the last week or so?
No, we're not aware that they've conducted any crematory services past the expiration of their license. In fact, the statements that they made to the inspectors was that they've not actually done any cremations at that facility in, I want to say, at least 10 years, even though the license was active until November of 2024 for the crematory. And to be clear, the crematory and the funeral home license are separate, and the funeral home license was and continued to be active up until it was suspended yesterday.
Someone else, okay, questions? Here in the orange, please.
Oh, yes. So I just wanted to inquire as to, he's obviously our elected county coroner, and I was just curious about his status in that role in light of this investigation.
Armando, you want to address that?
Yeah, so that's something that we're exploring right now. He is currently still the coroner right now. We are exploring through legal means and statutory situation, trying to get advice on how we proceed. Obviously, we're going to need a coroner to process our scene and help us process the remains. We are working with other coroner resources right now, some of the same that worked on the return to nature case. But we are not in a position right now to comment further on that.
Mr. Cotter and his brother, do you know where they are? Has anyone interviewed them yet?
Sure.
Mr. Cotter is currently right now, what I can confirm is he's not under arrest. The scope and size is still being determined. But as for his brother, I do not know where he is currently located. And has he been questioned? That's still in process. The investigation's in its early stages. And, you know, as we have an ID team that goes out and processes the scene, investigators from CBI, Boulder County Sheriff's Office, Pueblo Police Department, we'll be giving them some of those responsibilities and assisting where we can to make sure that those interviews are timely. We want to make sure we have the best information before we conduct interviews. And it's our understanding his brother is a co-owner. Is that accurate? And so is he under investigation? I do believe he is listed as a co-owner of the establishment, and you know, we're going to be looking at everybody that may be associated with it. So you know where he is as well? Yes.
Sir, I want to make clear, because you said you didn't know who the brother was. Are you looking for him? Is he outstanding? Is he on the run? Let's be really clear about where the two brothers are and what their status is. And have they been told, don't leave the state, don't leave the country?
Yeah, thank you for that. And I will provide clarification.
Okay.
because as I
So anyway, I've done this one, which is just the picture I took of the shoes that I found. There's like, when you go to the Cave Creek Park from Cactus Road and like right about 25th Avenue, if you enter in on the south side of the park and go on Cactus on the south side, there's an underpass that goes right underneath Cactus Road, which is really cool. There's a tunnel. It takes you right underneath Cactus Road. You go across and it spits you back out into the actual park. Well, this is where I found these shoes, and I took the picture of the shoes, and I just kind of added like a little bit of color, and that's all I'm really doing with these, is taking ones that are, you know, look decent as black and white pictures and just adding just a little bit of color to them. That's all I'm doing. So I just decided to do this one for today. I'm gonna let that dry and then frame it, and then I'm gonna make other streams where we'll do this type of stuff like on Thursdays, I think, or Saturdays. I don't know. One of those days. I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing this one or not. It's just this looks so much better as a color picture. But I might. I don't know. We'll see. And then this one will be next. But I'm going to set them up in frames and just frame them. That's all I'm really doing. I'm creating art for my habitat. So in any case, thank you for joining me. Again, here's the finished products. And it'll just go in a frame. Once it dries, there's a little bit of paint, mostly colored pencil. Thanks for joining me. I plan to continue my coverage about Davis Mortuary as I read more stuff about it. I do have headline news coming up here in a few minutes. Also, another investigative report, which is a continuation of the one I did on Thursday. A lot less anger involved this week. I'm going to actually include those emails that I mentioned that earned Mr. Paul his restraining order, and we'll go into that, in the exclusive. But if you would like to see the entire exclusive, I don't think I'm going to read it this Thursday because it's not really anything that I'm going to be writing. It's going to be more just a collection of emails and screenshots of emails. So if you'd like to see those, you're welcome to join. It's free to join. Let me pull up my little ad for you to join my website. If I can find it. It's my little ad. God, I look like ass right now. Where's my fucking ad? Oh, it's right here. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna play my little ad here. And then I'm gonna end the stream. Again, thanks for joining. We'll do this again next Thursday.
My whistle.